Ukraine has reached a turning point, a moment where patience has run out and defense alone is no longer enough. After months of enduring strikes, drone assaults, and missile barrages, Ukraine has decided to change the rhythm of this war. The story begins with relentless pressure, villages and cities enduring bombardment, and a people who have refused to surrender. But now, instead of waiting for the next wave, Ukraine has unleashed a massive missile strike, signaling that defense is no longer their sole strategy. The war has taken on a new dimension, and this action is a direct challenge to Russia's control, resources, and perception of dominance. Hello everyone, welcome back to the World Conflict Monitor channel. Please subscribe to my channel for more updates and deep analyses of the world's most important conflicts. Today, we dive deep into Ukraine's powerful decision to move beyond purely defensive tactics and to launch a missile strike that demonstrates both technological growth and strategic resolve. This is not just about a single missile, it's about sending a message to the world and rewriting the balance of power in a war that has dragged on far too long. The exterior of this new development lies in the visible scale of the strike itself. From satellite imagery to on-the-ground footage, the evidence shows destructive precision. Russia's military and logistical assets were not just hit randomly, they were carefully targeted in areas where their value is irreplaceable. Fuel depots, ammunition warehouses, and critical infrastructure suddenly went up in flames, leaving Russia scrambling to contain the damage. The sight of such coordinated strikes sent a clear image across the globe. Ukraine is no longer just protecting its cities, it is taking the fight back to the aggressor. The exterior impression of this missile strike showcases both power and sophistication, reshaping the battlefield in the eyes of allies and enemies alike. On the interior side, the decision-making behind this escalation is short but significant. Ukrainian leadership has been under pressure, not only from the constant threat of invasion but also from their citizens who demand a stronger response. Inside the strategy rooms, calculations were made, resources counted, risks weighed, timing chosen with care. It was not a reckless decision but a measured one. The interior reflects a nation's resilience, its determination to push past survival mode and into a posture of assertive action. The performance of the missile itself is where the story becomes even more striking. Ukraine has tested, refined, and deployed missiles capable of reaching targets with devastating effect. These weapons, whether indigenously developed or adapted with the help of international allies, demonstrate range, speed, and accuracy. The performance isn't just about hitting a target, it's about hitting it precisely when and where it hurts the most. This missile strike showed minimal collateral damage but maximum impact on the intended objectives. By combining cutting-edge navigation systems, advanced targeting technology, and reliable warheads, Ukraine has proven it can execute operations that match, and in some cases surpass, expectations. Safety features are always a critical concern when deploying such powerful weapons. Ukraine has been careful to design operations in a way that avoids unnecessary civilian harm. Unlike Russia's indiscriminate shelling of residential neighborhoods, Ukraine's missile strategy emphasizes precision. Each launch includes pre-strike intelligence gathering, digital mapping, and satellite coordination to minimize unintended consequences. In this sense, the safety feature is not embedded in the missile itself but in the doctrine and values of the operators. Ukraine's message is clear: their fight is against occupation and military threats, not against innocent civilians. The unique selling points of this missile strike are what make it historic. First, it demonstrates Ukraine's shift from a reactive stance to a proactive one. Second, it showcases the ability of a smaller nation under siege to innovate technologically and strategically in ways that surprise a larger adversary. Third, it creates a ripple effect among Ukraine's allies, boosting morale and justifying continued support. The strike is not just a weapon, it is a symbol. A symbol that Ukraine is not just holding out but pushing back, with tools and tactics that defy expectations. The uniqueness lies in the timing, precision, and symbolism of the strike as much as in the missile itself. If we were to think of the price in terms of cost, it's not only financial but political and human. Developing, maintaining, and launching these missiles requires resources, international partnerships, and enormous effort. The price Ukraine pays is also in risk, because each strike invites retaliation. But when measured against the cost of endless defense, the destruction of infrastructure, and the suffering of its people, the strike is a necessary investment. In a way, The price is not about money but about survival, sovereignty, and freedom. For Ukraine, the expense is justified if it shifts momentum in their favor. In conclusion, Ukraine's massive missile strike represents a dramatic turn in the war. It is both a practical military operation and a psychological milestone. The world has seen Ukraine endure, but now it sees Ukraine strike back. The missile is more than a weapon, it is a declaration that Ukraine refuses to be cornered into endless defense. The exterior shows destruction where Russia thought it was safe, the interior reflects resilience and determination, the performance proves technical capability, the safety features show ethical contrast, the unique selling points highlight courage and innovation, and the price underscores the cost of freedom. The war is far from over, but this strike has redefined its trajectory. This is not just the story of a missile, it is the story of a nation that has had enough of waiting, enough of absorbing hits, and enough of playing defense. By unleashing this strike, Ukraine has reshaped the battlefield and reminded the world that courage, strategy, and resolve can alter even the most daunting of circumstances.